Okay, so we're going to do our lesson letter equations today. We're going to see what happens when you don't solve it correctly. We've been working on it for a couple of days. We'll pick up all of it. We're working on it for a couple of days, so now we're going to kind of see if we can apply the information that we learned. We're going to start with a quick think, pair, share. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds of think time. That means not talking. And then you'll be able to talk to your shoulder partner, or if you have a group of 3, you can all share, okay? So here's the first question. When you're rearranging the literal equations, like the one that was on the bell work, the ones you've been working on in the last few days, what are some common mistakes you might make? So this is your think time right now. I'm gonna do 15 seconds. I think that would be enough. Okay. So now we're gonna share the person that has the fewest number of siblings will go first. So if you're an only child, I guess that's you. And then both of you share. All of you. Oh, three, not talking in 2, attention on the board in 1, or attention on me and your classmate. So I heard a lot of great things when you guys were talking. Philip, you said what can trip you up? What can trip you up when you're doing literal equations?
The square roots, like the cube, the square root.
So when you have exponents and you have to figure out how to undo those, very good. What else? You guys, Emelina, you were saying something. Oh, okay. So the parentheses are going to trip you up and knowing what to go first, right? What else? What else did it say? Sure. The reciprocal and figuring out when it's okay to multiply by the fraction, because sometimes, you can do it if everything's being multiplied, you could do it first. If not, you have to move that addition or subtraction, right? So, and I heard several groups discussing how that can trip you up. So, do that. All right, now that we have framed what we're going to be doing, we've kind of started thinking about some of those errors that can occur. We're going to work through them. We're going to do a numbered heads together. So everybody has their number. We already numbered off. We have some groups of 4, some groups of 3. I will pose a problem with the board. I will show you an example first. We'll do one together just so you can kind of get the idea of what I'm expecting, what I'm looking for. You're going to work it out on your own board, but you're going to talk to each other. So when I get the question, everybody stands up and puts their heads together. Don't knock heads physically, but talk to each other. Figure out your answer with the rest of your team. Everybody should have the answer on their board. You'll sit down when your group is done, and then I'll call a number for like number 4. Everybody's number 4 will stand up and show me the response. Okay? So we're going to practice first just to make sure you understand, and then I'll ask you for your comments. So let's do one together, and then we'll see if you have any questions. All right, here's the first one. Well, here's the directions. Each question is solved, but it contains an error. Your job is to find the error and fix it to make the solution correct. So we're gonna be like error analysis detectives today, right? Okay, here is the first one. So this is what I would do. I would pose this question to you. It says perimeter equals twice the length plus twice the width and solve for W. And then this is what this person did. Okay? So you're gonna look at that. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Everybody standing right now. Okay. You're gonna talk with your group. Everybody's gonna write it on their board. So lean over on your board, figure it out with the group, look at the question, see what's missed. And talk it over. You have to speak to each other. Find out what they did wrong. You could write, you can figure out how they did it wrong for W, or what they made the error with them missing.
Two to divide.
So, for the sake of the example purposes, let's assume that everybody's got it. You sit down. Sit down. So then, everybody has it on their board. Just because you guys have about 90 seconds per question, and on your board you should have for each question something like this. The student just divided by 2. They didn't do it on both sides. So they just got rid of the 2. They just disappeared the 2 on the right side. And that was it. So what they should have done was divide both sides by 2. And the actual answer would be P divided by 2 minus L equals W. So you have something, it doesn't have to be this detailed. I just want to know what's the error and what they should have instead. Okay? On your whiteboard, on everybody's whiteboard on your table. Because I would have said, hey, all the number 1 stand up. You guys would have stood up, showed me your board, and then I would ask somebody to explain it. If you guys need prompting as we're doing this, it's the first time you've done it, it's okay. I will prompt you as to what to do. Is everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Okay. Here is your actual first question. After we look at it, everyone's going to stand up and put your heads together. Y equals mx plus b, solve for x. So you see what they've done, y minus b equals mx, y minus b minus m equals x equals y minus b minus m. So we give you 90 seconds, stand up with your team. Stand up with the team. Figure out what's wrong and what the right thing to do. Yeah. When everybody in your table agrees that you have the correct answer and have identified the error, then you can sit down. Yeah. What they did wrong. When your group agrees, everybody in your group sits down. If your board's not completely filled out, do not sit down until it is. Finish up, finish up. A couple more quick reactions. Timers, okay, the timers just like to give you an idea of how much time, but we still have groups working. Okay, so all the number one stand up. Well, let's do that first, just for the sake. For number one, you're gonna stand up. You're gonna show me your board. Okay. Your board, for you to get, you can get 2 points per question, right? We're gonna tally the points. You're gonna keep track on the back. Number one is. In order to have both points, you need to have on your board. They subtracted instead of dividing, or something like that, right? Didn't divide the m, so they subtracted. Now the need to see your board. You can't be writing on it anymore. And then y minus b divided by m equals x, or x equals y minus b divided by m. So if you have the right equation, you're going to give yourself 1 point. If you have the error, you're going to give yourself a second. Okay? Right. It's a group, but you can keep track of your groups too. But you guys don't get 1 point. All right. So this one was pretty self-explanatory, so I didn't call on anybody to describe how they figured it out. But I will maybe if we have to make it a little bit more. All right, here's question 3. Area equals 1/2 base times height, solve for height. So we have 1/2 the area equals base times height, 1/2b times a equals height, and then they have height equals a divided by 2b. So everybody stand up, put your heads together, not literally, but, and talk about what's going on, where's the error, how can you fix it? You guys are supposed to be talking to. So when you're ready, doing the reciprocal. Okay. So if everybody is done, everybody is sitting. If not, the whole group is done, everybody is still standing. Don't that shows me whole group's ready to go. So great to yeah, the back to tends to I'm done. It's okay. So as soon as you guys are done, you sit down. However, listen, I've got some groups that are and some groups that didn't follow directions. If you were the only person at your table seated, that's not right. Everybody stands together, everybody sits together. So nobody sits until everybody has agreed, okay? So if one person is seated, then I will assume the whole group is done. So make sure you're following this directions. All right, let me have all my number 3 stand up. All right, show me your boards. So you should have H equals 2a divided by b, right? And Jaden, what was the error? He didn't use the reciprocal, right? He multiplied by 1/2 instead of 2/1. Excellent. Looks like everybody got 2 points for that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next question. Area equals pi r squared. Solve for the radius. So they got the square root of the area equals pi r. The square root of the area over pi equals r. R equals the square root of the area over pi. Everybody up? Or if you're wrong, figure it out. And if your butt's in your chair, stand up. You can write both. Stand easy. You can whiteboard. If you don't know, you need to talk to your team about it. Let them know you. You guys don't have the error written down. If you don't write the error down, you don't get the thing. Finish up with your people. You're still writing, that's okay. Finish up, and then when you're done, sit down. Okay. So let me have my number 4 stand up, and I sent your number 1 minutes, okay? Okay. All right, so it should be that r equals the square root of a divided by pi. So Violet, what was the problem with this one?
He said the third first instead of one.
Right, so he only has the square root of the area instead of the whole thing. All right, have fun and job. You guys are coming to that. Next question. Oh no, it's the dreaded Fahrenheit and Celsius. Fahrenheit equals, look, 950 plus 32. 5 minus F plus we equal C plus 32. And they subtract 32, and that's what they get. All right. So go ahead, stand up, and see here. Everybody up, everybody up. Well, that's why you got it to help you, right?
No. Oh, remember.
Okay. That's your. Go ahead. Are you done? I think are you? There's definitely an error. It's a glaring one. Which is obvious. Then we'll go through the steps. Give you guys more seconds on this.
Oh, yeah.
Don't use our resources. Wow, that's. Alright guys, I'm seeing you next. Sorry, I don't think. This one, literally we did this Monday, but anyway, let me have the two stand up. Let me see your board. Okay, all right. So should be C equals 5/9 times F minus 32. Mary, what did they do wrong? You have to subtract the 32 first. Damien, I don't see your board. You have to subtract the 32 first instead of multiplying by the reciprocal because it has that on there. And then this F minus 32 needs to be in parentheses because the 5/9 will have to be applied to. Alright, so give yourself points accordingly. Alright, next question. AX plus BY equals C, solve for Y. So look at what they did. They first subtracted AX, and then they subtracted B, and they got Y equals C minus AX plus B. So they got some issue going on here. Alright, everybody up? Everybody up? They said. Sometimes it's easier if you guys solve it first and then see what is different, right?
First of all,
Saying that and talk to your group. But that for every problem.
You don't know for starting to catch. You still try to do one, but it's a little bit of right? That makes sense.
You guys need a few more seconds. I'll have time. Okay, don't worry. Keep going. If your team is done, everybody can sit down. But everybody sits down together. And I do this again to make sure they sure you're serious. Okay. We should be able to wrap up now. Wrap up. All right, let me have my number 4 again. Okay, move your board. All right, so what you should have is y equals c minus ax divided by b. Okay. Why do people sit down? Please sit down, please. And we don't have discussions. Okay. So, does have a good point where they get friends from. However, actually, what was it they were supposed to do that they didn't? Right, if you guys not your answer because you are not being respectful, go ahead.
They should have decided what they instead subtracted.
Right, so instead of subtracting b from both sides, they should have divided by b. So unless you have that, then, you know, so you can give yourself points accordingly. C minus ax divided by b. You don't subtract because the b is attached to the y. Why? Because the bees. Have a seat. Imagine 3, 2, 1. In between, you guys need to listen so you can look at the question. Okay, don't stand up yet. Let's look at the question first so everybody can do it, and then we'll stand up. Okay, so they had A equals 4 times B plus C minus 3, and they want you to solve for B. So they did A plus 3 equals 4 times B plus C. A divided by 4 plus 3 equals B plus C. And they got the C to the other side and ended up with B equals A divided by 4 plus 3 minus C. So for this one, my suggestion would be when you stand up to go ahead and see how you would solve it for B and then see where the mistake is. Because this one's a lot more, they're getting increasingly difficult. All right, take a look at it. Everybody stand up. Everybody up. Talk it over with your team, or if you need to send them up, look at it again.
Look. I know the first. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
You showed it.
You're still I'll put a few more seconds on.
That's not it.
Well, this is pretty weird. So what did she do?
I did this. I did. It's like
That's good. Don't just sit in line one second. She don't have to buy the usual. All right. Finish up. All right, finish up and have a seat. I had so much work on this one. All right, everybody sit down. If you don't got it yet, that's okay. We'll go. All right, I'm at number 2. Stand up. Bend to your fronts. Relax. If you're not number 2, I don't know why you would be talking. All right. Should be A plus 3 divided by 4 minus C equals B. So, Jaden, what did they do that was wrong? Okay, what did Jaden just say? Because people were talking over him. Right, they did A divided by 4, but it should have been A plus 3 divided by 4. So they had started off okay by getting the 3 on the other side, but then here they should have divided the whole quantity by 4. Okay? All right, give yourself a point. Or 2, don't know what we have to do. Alright. I believe this is either our last one or second to last one. Okay. Me 3, 2, 1. I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1. You guys are talking too much in between. You have plenty of time to collaborate. We're working. We have people that aren't able to do that, then we may have to take a little walk. All right, question 8 says a equals x plus y divided by 2 and solve for x. So they ended up with x equals 2 times a minus y, but see if you can figure out what they did wrong and how to fix it. So go ahead and stand up. This last question.
I know. I'm trying to find that like on the page, on the page, we got two flags, we got that one. But one time I was
How about them more?
Mine. Or hopefully we're like, where'd you get?
All right, finish up with your team. For last one. You guys done? All right, I should have said who wants to do it. So all the number one, stand up. Volunteer too. Volunteer to serve you. Okay. So should be 2a minus y equals x. 2a y equals x, or x equals 2a minus y. Yeah. So Arthur, what's the mistake? They should have multiplied the denominator by 2 first. Yep. Same thing. Should have multiplied by 2 first before subtracting because that whole quantity was being divided. All right, excellent job. Have a seat. Tally up your points. Whoever was keeping the track, tally up your points. All right. Stand. The person that's going to be the representative for the team, stand up if you got more points than 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying.
You got more than 6 or 7. All right. Hey, Sandy, if you have more than 10 points. Yeah. All right. Stay standing if you have more than 12 points. Okay, more than 13. How many do you have? 13. How many do you have? 12. 13. Anybody have more than 13? All right. Well, we have 2 winning teams, which you guys will get your warming back up. But here is your turn and talk to your table, your reflection question for the end, while you guys are getting yourself together. We have 4 minutes left, so. I didn't read the question to you. I'll wait. I would like you guys to stop complaining about the injustices you perceive, because nobody asked me that. So I would like you to ponder these questions. Did the errors you identify Penelope? Stop. Did the errors you identified in the questions match the ones that you think you make when you're solving literal equations? Why or why not? Now you can turn and talk to your group. Okay? This is our reflection piece.